Jed complied as quickly as his icy fingers would allow. As he zipped up his jacket, the man jabbed the pistol into his side. "You ever cross us, fam, we won't be so nice. You get me?" Jed stepped back and turned. "Listen, pal, if this thing is going to work, we have to show some mutual respect and—" He cast his hand around. "You didn't need to do that. I ain't taking no chances. And what's this shit about being a grass or fed? Fam, I trust you for now. No wire, no peace." "So are we doing this?" said Jed. "Sure, the brown should be here by the end of the week. You got the peas?" "I don't carry money like that. Not on me, as you've just seen. But I'll get it. 250K by tonight, the rest when we deliver." "Sure, like we agreed," said Jed, his inner terror only now starting to dwindle. The boss set out the terms and where the drop would happen. Jed nodded and checked some details which, as only he knew, were completely irrelevant. 15 minutes later, and having succumbed to the temptation to blow the thug manning the door a kiss, Jed was back on the street, pacing to his next meeting. Having doubled back a few times, stopping suddenly to look in shop windows and jaywalking the bustling high street, Jed disappeared down an alley and in through a nondescript door. Taking the stairs 2 at a time, he burst into a room to be greeted by his cover officer, Nick, holding a Starbucks Americano and a doorstep bacon sandwich while busting a gut to stifle his giggles. "Just fuck off," Jed said as he grabbed the coffee and sarnie, "and stay fucked off." "I'm sorry, mate, but put yourself in my shoes. Or any shoes come to that. Ha. You seeing my todger such as it is in these temperatures might scar you for life. Fucking priceless, mate." For the first time, Jed cracked a smile. "You've no idea how cold it was down there. Then the bloody bird piped up. Shit, I wish the ground could have swallowed me up." Nick chuckled, then switched into work mode. "Well, the good news is we got it all on tape." Jed subconsciously twiddled his ear stud. The only thing on him they didn't search, thank God. "Obviously, the bad news is that we still haven't got a nailed-on drop time. You going to be able to work on that?" "I reckon so. Providing they don't make me go through that palaver again, I think I can start getting a bit impatient." "Just be careful of Code C," said Nick, referring to the Police and Criminal Evidence Act guidance that was the Bible for undercover officers. "You didn't get an egg and straw with that butty, did you?" "No one's teaching you to suck eggs. I'm just doing my job as your cover officer to ensure the right people end up in prison." "Fair dues," said Jed, just as the encrypted app on his undercover phone buzzed. Jed opened the screen and scanned the message, a beam lighting up his face. He turned the phone to Nick. "We're on," he said, just as his mind started to race about how he'd work this, the final stage of the 2-year operation. Chapter 2. 3 months later. Chief Superintendent Jo Howe, her deputy, Superintendent Gary Hedges, and the father of the station, Detective Inspector Bob Heaton, shuffled away from the crematorium, snatching what shelter they could beneath the overhanging trees that lined the 500-yard driveway. At any other police funeral, the hearse would have been flanked by a white-gloved guard of honour snapped to attention. As close friends, Joe, Gary and Bob would have been among the lucky ones to have allocated seats inside. But for most it would be standing room outside with the proceedings relayed through loudspeakers. This was no ordinary send-off, though. Phil Cook, now being vaporised in Woodvale's furnaces, had suffered a catastrophic fall from grace, and the fact that his only living relative had been whisked back to HMP Pentonville in a prison van seconds after the committal only underlined the reason why so few ex-colleagues wanted to be associated with him, alive or dead. The tiny plus point of the sparsity of mourners